now they're already sold, and it took 2 weeks to close, which, okay, you would know that's like nothing, okay? So I like call Guy, I'm like, my hair's falling out, I'm like a psychopath. Like, I'm a crazy woman, I don't leave the house. Because, you know, you're watching that money, and every day the lawyer bills are just getting higher and higher and higher. You're like, if this falls through, I'm going to be like $10,000 in debt. You know, so I end up, that whole time, it's like I know all of those little nuances and experiences, finding a developer, you know, how to market things, how to build the community. And so that's kind of why I've nagged Women 2.0 for a long time to let me come and speak, because I was like, I want to help people. So, you know, where I'm at now, and some of the things I think I've learned in this process is, one, you know, I'm not afraid to fail anymore. I don't care. I mean, I care, but it's like, I try to learn from the failure and not have it happen again. So like I always tell everybody, you're going to fail all the time, but the important thing is how you recover. So I focus on the recovery. The second thing is, there is a glass ceiling, I think, and we hear a lot of women in top talking about this, and I'm not going to take away from that because I absolutely agree, but I am living proof that you can get in the doors. I have incredible relationships. I have Baseline Ventures, you know, Lightspeed Ventures. I know tons of VC. I've spoken at things. You know, I've spoken in front of rooms of almost full guys. So I want it, like, a lot of women come to me and they're like, you know, I have a hard time talking to VC, or I'm having a hard time getting, you know, Michael Arrington to pay attention to me. I've come to the conclusion that what I tell people, this is my second thing, is one is don't be afraid to fail. And the second thing too is that, you know, learn to speak the language. So when I go out, I go out and do a project. Like right now I have a broadcast television show out at networks with interest. I've never done that in my life. I had no idea what I was doing. I failed miserably the whole time. It cost me, you know, thousands of dollars. But here it is, the done project's finished. And what it is that I studied their language. So when you're going out and you're talking to, you know, VC or press or partners or whatever, I always think in my mind, what adds value to that person? So when I go out and speak to VC, they care about money and growth, you know. And when I go out and I speak to a potential partner, they care about synergy and my operation. And when I go with a client, it's you know, it's sort of like as you're doing the different pieces of your business, always think about that other person. And I think that's something too that even Megan said with community is like, you take the view of how the other person is going to see you, and think about it that way. So when I go out and I talk to VC, I'm like, what does a VC want to know? What does a development executive want to know? No lie, I literally was sitting there, and I've been playing with this idea for this TV show for a long time. I want to create content that empowers women. I want to change the stereotypes. I want to show women you can be hot and smart and still be really stupid about sunglasses or whatever, you know, dogs, and still own a business and have some game. And so, like, I think that's the other thing too is that, you know, when I get up in the morning, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take this TV show out now. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, how does that business work? Development executive makes the decisions. Always go to the decision maker. Never mess around with anybody else. I'm not gonna call and get the assistant. No, I want the VP. So I like, who's the VP of Lifetime? It's David Hillman. So I'm like, okay, what would David Hillman want to know to make this show happen? You guys, no lie, in less than a week I booked every network myself. No experience in the business, nothing. And people still, to this day, people heard about it. They're like, whoa, we need to know this Patricia, you know. I had a manager, all that, I fired him. But like, it's literally, I think that's the thing is, one, don't be afraid to fail. That's like one of my biggest early lessons as an entrepreneur. Two, you know what, it's in the small steps. So it's like every day, 9, I get up, I'm scared to death it's gonna fail. I wonder how I'm gonna eat, you know, I wonder what my reputation's gonna look like if it does fail. I think about all those things. But I still know that, like, if I take 3 small steps, whatever is going to happen is going to happen. And then the third thing, too, is just learn to speak the language of who you want to pitch. So when you guys are looking, I think it is a great idea. And when you're looking at stuff, or when you're going to sell it, because I think that's a real nice Disney platform. Like, I think that's a really good thing for, like, an ABC. And I you know, what would that look like to them? How do you communicate that value? You know, like, so those are, like, the 3 hardest lessons I learned from it is, 1, you know, don't be afraid to fail. 2, know what your audience, know who you're doing business